The following is a special presentation of ESPN on ABC.
Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts and the Buick Regal NBA Countdown. It's time for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat.
Hey, hey, baby, say the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. Child, the way you shake that thing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you scream. Oh, baby. Hey, baby, oh, baby, pretty baby, show me how you do it now. Now, show me how you do it now.
This highly anticipated series has moved from South Florida to the Northeast on a sellout crowd at the TD Garden. Miami Heat leading this best-of-7 series 2-0. As the 2011 NBA playoffs continue, Dallas with the stunning victory last night. Chicago now with a lead in their series. Memphis and Oklahoma City battling as well. And this one resuming here before a raucous crowd of Boston Celtic fans. Hello, everyone. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. Lisa Salters with us as well. First two games of this series, they weren't blowouts, but the Miami Heat were in control of these two games down in Florida. And there's no question of the reason why, Mark. It's their two star players, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. We knew of the potential. They're starting to fulfill that potential.
Well, it's a coach's dream when you go into a ball game every single night and have the two best players on the floor. Not only on the offensive end, but buying in and setting the tone as far as leadership. In game one, Dwayne Wade dominated offensively, got to the free throw line and took care of the basketball. And then his better half took over in game two. Once again, a spectacular night, taking care of the rock. And they get it done on the defensive end also.
Overall, just strong performances for the Miami Heat, and especially their star players. Meanwhile, that has not been the case, Jeff, for the Boston Celtics. Their star players, very uneven performances. If they're going to get back in the series, they have to take care of business starting tonight.
And it's simple. They've got to get on the attack. And as Doc Rivers has said, they have yet to put pressure on the Miami Heat. Look at the free throw numbers. 22 total free throws by the core four players from Boston. Dwayne Wade by himself has 22 free throw attempts so far in this series. They've got to get to the basket and get fouled. It's that simple.
They also might get an emotional lift, certainly from the crowd. Yes, Shaquille O'Neal in uniform. He won't start, but he'll come off the bench for the Celtics. Coming up next, we'll go to Stuart Scott, Magic, Michael Wilbon, and John Barry when we return as we get set for Game 3.
Buick Regal NBA Countdown, brought to you by the all-new sport-injected 2011 Regal Turbo from Buick.
Our Taco Bell starting lineups for Miami. James, Wade, and Bosh have played very well. Mike Bibby and Ogauskas rounding out the starting five for head coach Eric Spoelstra. And for the Celtics, Jermaine O'Neal will continue to start, although Shaquille O'Neal will come off the bench for the first time in these playoffs for Doc Rivers and the Celtics. Spanish language version of today's game presented by ESPN Deportes. Use the SAP button on your television. For the Miami Heat, it's only their third road game of these playoffs. They split their first two in the opening round against the Sixers in Philadelphia. Overall, though, 6-1 in this postseason. Meanwhile, for the Boston Celtics during the playoffs, it's only their third home game. They beat the Knicks in the first round, but they haven't been here in 17 days since they swept the first round and had a long break between games 2 and 3 of this series. So a little extra rest for a team that some people feel is a good thing. Kevin Garnett and the Celtics say they have not panicked, but they're obviously concerned, and they know the importance of tonight and not falling behind 0-3. This crowd is certainly ready. A very emotional national anthem where they had pictures on the big screen of American servicemen over the years fighting overseas, and the crowd very into it, into seeing those pictures, and certainly into their Boston Celtics returning home to try and get a win in this series. Celtics have not lost 3 straight games all season. The only other team that can say that, the Chicago Bulls. Mike Bibby squares up for 3. And Garnett the rebound. Pierce back up top to Rondo. It'll be interesting to see Rondo. And of course, we talk so much about how he goes. That's how the Celtics go. Pierce, jump shot.
You saw Paul Pierce on the initial and defensively get after LeBron James and be a little bit more physical, and then catching the ball offensively. He is in an attack mode early on.
Had that left Achilles strain that he suffered in game 2, but says he's fine. Wade out to Bosch. Pierce bellies right up on him. Ilgauskas off the dribble and the turnover. Rondo aggressively to the basket, deflected by Bibby, and Bibby comes up with the ball. Nice heads-up play from the veteran. James inside, blocked by O'Neal. Wade, and he's fouled. Hard to say if Wade was throwing a pass to James or a shot. Either way, the foul call, and they're going to say in the act of shooting.
Well, I like the ball pressure you've seen so far out of Boston, particularly Pierce, up and into the ball hard, much harder than they were on the road in Miami.
And of course, the biggest disparity in this series has been the free throw shooting. Overall, 68-40. Wade himself has now taken 23 free throws, counting that one.
Think about it. Wade has shot more free throws than the core 4 players for Boston, which is an incredible stat. Plus, when you make 18 threes in 2 games, if you're Boston on the road, you would think that you would have a split. I mean, they've shot the ball from 3 very well. What they haven't done is get to the free throw line and convert their shots in the paint.
Hard to overcome that kind of free throw disparity, especially on the road. Had a wet spot down the other end of the floor, so they've cleaned that up, and Wade will finish up.
And you think about how do they make the change as far as getting to the free throw line. And Paul Pierce is the one guy that can post up, can put pressure on your defense, loves the contact, and can get to the free throw line. And then Kevin Garnett on the block. He's got to look to dominate the paint area and be aggressive offensively.
Well, Doc Rivers said first and foremost, he just felt they didn't apply any pressure in this series at either end of the floor. Pierce finding Garnett. Garnett the finish, and an aggressive start for Boston.
Great read by Pierce and also Garnett when they decided to double team the pick and roll. Good job of getting to the cup, passes on point, and he finishes.
Allen on Wade. And Pierce on James, 2 of the key matchups. Bibby kicks it out to Wade. Inside Ilgauskas, shot clock down to 4. Big Z with his first field goal.
I think if it was a different matchup, you may have considered starting Shaquille O'Neal, but Ilgauskas is a knockdown jump shooter for a big man. That's a recipe for disaster trying to defend him in the pick and roll.
Pierce draws the foul. Nearly put it in as Bibby hit him, and he'll get 3 free throws. Bibby has a word with Bob Delaney. Bob Delaney and Steve Javie, as we'll look at the replay again.
I really like the aggressiveness of Paul Pierce on both ends starting this ball game. When you are down 2-0, you need your best players to send a message, not with their mouth, but with their energy and effort.
And Pierce ejected in game 1. Game 2, he was injured, did not play particularly well. Wants to make up for that as we check in for the first time with Lisa Salters.
Hey, Mike. Well, you guys were talking about Shaquille O'Neal being available. Doc Rivers told me before the game that he has no idea how many minutes Shaq will get off the bench tonight, because Rivers says he has no idea what to really expect from Shaq tonight. He said that Shaq had 2 practices, and at times he said he would duck underneath the basket and clear everyone out as usual. And then there were other times in practice where he struggled really to get up and down the court. So I asked Doc Rivers, with so much uncertainty and with so much being at stake, being down 0-2, did he consider not playing Shaq tonight? And he said, without hesitation, no. He said size is size, strength is strength. He's good for our team no matter what. Mike?
Well, Lisa said the one expectation he did have is that Shaquille O'Neal will be the largest man on the floor. He's only played 5.5 minutes since February 1st. That was back in a game in early April injured his calf again, has been sitting ever since. James knocks down the shot. He hit a bunch of big perimeter shots in game 2. And if he gets that going, you're in big trouble.
But I like the ball pressure. They're up and after him right now versus letting Miami dictate where they're going to run their offense.
Ilgauskas, nice block. Shuffle pass from James. And an excellent fast break. But Wade can't finish. Celtics come right back. Pierce to Ray Allen. And good transition defense from Miami. But Pierce negates it with a 3. How about the start for Pierce? 8 points in just over 3 minutes.
Well, every time he's got Bibby on him, he should think score and attack.
Here's the matchup that Doc Rivers says is so vital as a foul call on Ray Allen. The Chris Bosh, Kevin Garnett matchup.
Well, not a particularly well-run fast break, but they still get Bibby closing to Pierce. And Pierce, every time, whether it's off a pick and roll, where there's some rotation, he's got to go at Mike Bibby.
Alley-oop to Wade. Difficult catch. How about that? A 7'3" guy throwing the alley-oop pass from about 30 feet from the basket.
And a design play. Very well executed, bad defense.
Garnett blocked but foul from behind. First on Ilgauskas. Garnett will shoot his first free throws of the series.
You got to have ball pressure, and if you don't, you got to be in position to help and force the ball away from the cup. Lack of communications allows Dwayne Wade to get all the way to the basket for the easy lane.
So Garnett, who has not attempted a free throw down in Miami in the first couple of games, gets there. And Doc Rivers, Mark, was talking before the game that he felt they need to dominate that matchup at the 4 spot.
They need Kevin Garnett to be aggressive. When you look at the advantages, and there's no question about it, certainly the Heat have the advantage at the small forward and the shooting guard with LeBron and Wade. But when you're talking about Kevin Garnett, they need his presence. They need his field goal attempts was up in game 2, 20. He's got to be more aggressive and force the issue offensively.
Well, Celtics already to the free throw line 5 times in less than 4 minutes. Boston during the regular season, they were great at home, 33-8. But the Heat, a terrific road team, tied for the most road wins in the NBA with Dallas. They were 28-13 during the regular season. Good defense from Garnett. Wade able to get it back. And Wade falls down, another turnover.
Well, one thing people won't realize is Rondo is really doing a great job picking up Mike Bibby the length of the court. So now all of a sudden when Wade or James gets the basketball, it's 13 seconds left on the clock. Now you can defend that, Coach.
And that was championship level Boston Celtics defense there. You watch Kevin Garnett guard a pick and roll, recover to Bosh, stay down on the shot fake, and then help another time on the penetration of Wade. That's terrific, terrific team defense.
They talked about getting in their space. So far they've done that. As Pierce drives hard, trying to draw the foul, won't go. Rebound tipped by Rondo, and Pierce puts it in. And for the Boston Celtics, this is their largest lead of the series. James sets for 3. Jermaine O'Neal knocks it out of bounds. And Miami gets a new 24.
See great awareness by Paul Pierce. Doesn't touch the basketball until he gets back onto the floor. That's a legal play and smart play by Pierce.
Very close, but Pierce, as you said, got that foot in there as Bibby throws up a wild shot trying to draw some contact. Ray Allen quick to the basket, reverse, gets it to go. And the Celtics an attacking team here to start game 3. Timeout, Miami. Over 5 minutes gone by in game 3 from Boston. A different Celtic team thus far and a different Paul Pierce off to a tremendous start for the Celtics.
So you see Paul Pierce right here defending LeBron as Wade drives to the hoop. And this is the reason why you run in transition because it puts pressure on the opposing team's defense. All of a sudden, there's mismatches. You have Bibby defending Pierce, Ilgauskas on Ray Allen. Now you can work out on the offensive end, but you run in transition to create those problems.
Well, the big early bursts, and Eric Spoelstra was talking about that. He said, hey, the last 3 days with so much time in between games, the Celtics have been hearing all about how maybe they're getting too old, maybe that the Heat are clearly the better team. He said that is fuel for the Celtics. He was also worried all the high praise the Heat have gotten over the last several days, as Ilgauskas throws one into the 5th row, would make them soft. Well, so far, he doesn't like what he sees here in Game 3.
I can't overstate it. The reason why that play didn't work, again, is the pressure that Rondo puts on Bibby. So Ilgauskas catches the basketball above the three-point line and can't make a crisp pass.
Bosch knocks down Rondo, and Markets, they're just playing Celtic defense, which for some reason wasn't the same aggressive attacking style down in the first 2 games.
Now, Eric Spoelstra also, I would get Mario Chalmers in the basketball game because I don't think that Rondo can pressure him the same way that he's pressuring Mike Bibby. You want to try to release that pressure and try to be able to run your offense, but give the Celtics credit. They've taken command of this basketball game on both ends of the floor early.
He does put in Joel Anthony. Ilgauskas sits down. Garnett looking for his shot, gets it to go. 10 points for Pierce, 6 for Garnett, and a basket for Ray Allen. The big three have all 18 points right now for the Celtics. And they've scored 8 in a row. Garnett tries to come up with a steal. Bosch got hit in the eye. He's a little shaken up. Bosch seeing pretty well on that one, but obviously the left eye still bothering him.
Then just use your right one, because that was money.
Meanwhile, Boston, the best shooting team in the NBA during the regular season. 6 of 8 here to start this game. Nice feed inside, blocked from behind from LeBron James. Let's hear the coaches in recent huddles.
Hey, number one, great tempo. Rondo, great pressure. Great pressure. Paul, keep attacking.
Down here, though, the details have to be a lot better. We got to create leads. We got to set screens. Slow down a little bit.
Ray Allen perhaps rushing that shot. Wade to Anthony. Joel Anthony, who has been terrific off the bench for Eric Spoelstra throughout the playoffs. Wade had it stripped, goes to Anthony. And a travel call. A lot of contact there, but it looked like O'Neal went straight up. And that's 4 turnovers for Miami.
Jermaine O'Neal's had a big impact defensively so far. That's good job just going straight up as Boston returns the favor and turns the ball over.
So 18 points and still 5 minutes to go here in the first. An excellent offensive start for the Boston Celtics. They were shooting just under 43% in the first 2 games. Some more water that fell along the sideline. Very feisty crowd.
Actually, some of it got on Mike Bibby as he tried to make a play over there.
As we said, they haven't seen this team in 17 days. Rare it's that long a stretch during the playoffs, but because they swept the Knicks in the first round, and then with the extra time between games 2 and 3. James got poked, checks out his nose first. Pierce trying to get up in his space. Excellent contesting of the shot. James still knocks it down.
But if you make teams take those type of shots, you're going to win games. That's individual one-on-one, hard to create free throws and or second shot opportunities like that.
There you see the big man getting up, the crowd responding. Garnett double team. Nice save from LeBron James, and Wade comes up with a play. Yeah, Wade throws it down. Hey, great hustle from LeBron James, diving. And a 6-0 run for Miami. And there's Shaq ready to check in. He had that big ovation when he came in the game in April, but 5.5 minutes later, he limped off with the strained calf. And this is his first sighting since then. Ray Allen for 3. Unbelievable shooting from downtown in these playoffs.
And Coach, you want to talk about your fundamental highlights? I submit Kevin Garnett on that last play with a solid screen.
Terrific screen on the ball.
You see Pierce wanting to get up, but not wanting that foul on that slight move as Bibby misses. Rondo gets the rebound. Pierce, quick catch and shoot. Oh, Pierce, razor sharp to start. Rondo is on Wade on this possession. Wade gets it inside, little fake, wild shot. Anthony back up and puts it in. Joel Anthony continues his hustle play and getting a lot more minutes here in these playoffs than he did during the regular season. He's become so valuable, especially in this series. Another turnover.
And that's the thing you don't want to do if you're the Celtics. You got to take care of the basketball because now you allow the Heat to get into their offense.
Anthony right there on the follow. Eric Spoelstra raving about Joel Anthony before the game, and that forces Boston to call a timeout. The ultimate energy hustle player for the Miami Heat.
Talking about getting guys going. Ray Allen, great screen by Kevin Garnett, creating the space. Chris Bosh not on the other side. There's no help, steps in rhythm. And how about Paul Pierce? Big time shot, good defense, but better offense. And that's the absolute truth.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And Warner Brothers Pictures, The Hangover Part 2, in theaters May 26th.
In Boston for game 3, Celtics by 6. Miami Heat up 2-0. LeBron James has been brilliant in the series thus far. Doc Rivers can't say enough good things about the Heat star.
You can make a case he's the best passer since Magic in some ways as far as with his size. You know, there's other great passers, but I'm saying with the size and the vision. And, you know, double teams don't have a huge impact on him. He's maybe the best non-big defender since Scottie Pippen. I mean, there's just so many areas where he's great at, and he makes it very difficult.
He certainly does. And then you add to what Eric Spoelstra says is an unbelievable high basketball IQ. And you've got the complete package. Shot clock winding down. Delonte West. Nice job creating his own shot and a good soft touch.
And I'm glad Doc Rivers said that because people look at me like I'm crazy when I say LeBron James is the best non-point guard passer that ever played this game. When you talk about his ability, and that's saying a lot because Larry Bird played here and was a great passer, an all-time great passer.
Well, it's funny, Mark. Bob Ryan, the Hall of Fame columnist for the Boston Globe and considered one of the premier basketball writers of all time, is Pierce. This is that one. He just did that same comparison, and that's blasphemy here in Boston, but he felt the same way.
Can I get an amen, man?
I'm still thinking. I don't want to be a rush to judgment putting Larry Bird second in passing to anyone. But LeBron James's greatness cannot be disputed.
James Jones connects. Jones, who had the 25 points in game 1, that did not score in game 2, knocks down his first attempt.
There's a problem defending James Jones when you have Shaquille O'Neal and Big Baby Davis on your front line. Who's going to defend him?
Shaq, his first attempt. Oh, little reverse from Shaquille O'Neal.
And looking at Shaq run up the floor, you can tell he's nowhere near 100%.
That wasn't running.
Well, to me it was.
But again, you talk about just his size, and a foul called as Pierce will be called for his first.
Catches the basketball. I don't know why Joel Anthony is fronting him. You allow him to catch it and he scores, and definitely looks hobbled and not comfortable running up the floor.
That borders on sad for him, because to be off since February 1st and then come back and be hobbled on your first awkward landing. I give it to him for coming out there and giving it up for the team, though.
Meanwhile, that last foul was on Jack, not on Pierce, as James misses the free throw. Now this series will resume on Monday. TNT will have Game 4, a 7 Eastern time start from TD Garden. And then on Wednesday, Game 5 if necessary, back down to Miami. Game 6 will be back here in Boston next Friday on ESPN. And many think, at least before the series started, there would be a Game 7. That would be on TNT Monday, May 16th. 6-point Celtic lead, final minute, first quarter. Chalmers, Jones, Anthony, and Mike Miller, 4 bench players in for the Heat right now with LeBron James. Boy, Shaq trying to gain position on Amy's. Anthony looks so small out there. 2 on the shot clock. Not going to get it off in time as Jeff Green. It's called for a 24-second violation. That's 5 Boston turnovers, same as Miami.
I think actually instead of going to Shaquille O'Neal against Anthony, they should be going to Big Baby against James Jones in the post. Because I've always felt like Shaquille O'Neal, no matter what his health issues or conditioning issues are, he still helps you create space because you have to stay attached to him or he's going to dominate the offensive board.
Here's trying to go for the steal. It's about a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pierce stays in front of James. James, spin move. Nearly gets stuck, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Miller. And the Celtics will get a final shot. Rondo quickly inserted in with 4.6 seconds remaining. And Shaq will sit.
And the reason you put Rondo in because that's plenty of time to go coast to coast and get a quality look.
You see full court pressure from Chalmers to make the entry pass a little difficult.
You're talking about having 2 guys that can put the ball on the floor and make a play. Delonte West, that's plenty of time for him also.
Rondo pushing, final seconds, gets it off. And a nice attempt for Rondo, but unable to get it to go down. But overall, a strong start for the Boston Celtics. And the big three, they shoot 62% from the field, led by as many as 11 at one point. And Paul Pierce, a hot start. He was 4 of 6 from the field with 12 points. First quarter complete here in Game 3 in Boston. 27-21, Celtics in front.
Back to Boston where the Heat trailed the Celtics by 6. Eric, before the game you made a guarantee. You guaranteed that the Celtics were going to come out with a championship effort tonight. What do you think of the way your team has responded so far?
Well, we knew that there would probably be 3 or 4 real emotional bursts in this game, and that's the first one, okay? So we didn't play particularly well. We're down 6, so now we just have to play better.
In that first quarter, Paul Pierce did most of the damage with 12 points. What do you want to see differently against him?
He came out very aggressive. We expected that. He's played well. We just have to turn up our defensive intensity, and we gave them a couple cheap ones from breakdowns of the lack of focus.
All right, thank you for your time. Mike?
All right, Lisa. Well, with all that said, only down 6. Pierce again aggressive, kicks it out to West. Jeff Green stripped and lost the ball, picked up by Miller.
Jeff Green, that's a shot you got to take. Good basketball movement, winds up with a wide open shot, turns it down, gets a turn.
Chalmers to Miller. Miller, who has not played a lot in this series, injured his other thumb, not the one that he had the surgery on, but feeling much better. Anthony, the pass 1 on the shot clock. They're not going to get it off in time. And a 24-second violation. 6 turnovers for Miami.
And you can tell the Heat trying to put Shaquille O'Neal in pick and roll situations. The thing you got to do is you got to be aggressive coming off those screens, looking to make plays.
They only had 10 turnovers the entire game, too.
The real test for Shaquille O'Neal in his pick and roll defense will be when Wade and James get in there.
Bosh the rebound. Right now, both LeBron James and Dwayne Wade on the bench. Chris Bosh still in there. Chalmers, nice feed to Anthony. And Joel Anthony with some offense in the early going. He's got 6 points. He's hit all 3 of his shots.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. That time, Chalmers came off the screen, made a direct line move to the cup, and created the offense.
Glenn Davis to O'Neal, poked away by James Jones. Chalmers again with the penetration, knocked away momentarily. Well, excellent defense from Green and West. It's still going to be Miami ball with 11 to shoot. And Jones is shaken up on the play. Seen a number of players get whacked in the face here early. Bosh got poked in the eye, now Jones. What was they saying after game 2? How much there was chippiness? Dwayne Wade wanted to know what the definition of chippiness was.
The eye is part of the ball, just like the hand.
Wade say he defined it as playoff basketball.
Something like that. Miller, that's a 3. Won't go. Joel Anthony, another rebound, and he's fouled. And this young man continues to do what he does best, just outworks everybody out there. Spoelstra says his play is contagious. Says he's seen very few guys over the course of his career who they inspire even the best players to play harder, and that's the kind of effort Joel Anthony gives. He's playing 33 minutes a game in this series. During the regular season, he normally averaged just over 19.
It's a great story of a guy that, fulfilled his dreams because he outworked people.
And whistle and a foul call up against Boston. Delonte West. Nope, excuse me, Ray Allen. That's 2 on Ray Allen. Allen trying to get it with Billy Kennedy, saying, no, it's not on him. It should be on somebody else. And Allen has 2 fouls.
He just lost the ball.
Chalmers, nice fake, draws the foul, banks it in. Tough shot. Mario Chalmers, West bumped him, and a chance for a 3-point play.
And you can see the difference. You can't get underneath the skin of Chalmers fresh in the basketball because he's, skilled enough to create the airspace. That time, good, confident move, gets the contact, the correct call, and knocks down a tough bank shot.
Chalmers has had some good moments in the playoffs, played very well in the clincher in the first round against Philadelphia. Good defensive players, hit some good timely 3-pointers. And Miami back within 1. Chalmers deflected. Davis saying, oh, no, I didn't touch it. They could use Big Baby to play better. He has struggled.
He played, I think 1 good game in the first round against the Knicks where you thought, okay, he's gaining his confidence and he's getting ready, but has not been the same player that they've come accustomed to viewing come playoff time here in Boston.
Yeah, he has not been afraid of the moment. He's had some big games last year, the year before when Garnett was out. Delonte West also not afraid of big moments. Hits the shot, Celtics up 3. Boston still shooting 61%. The Heat at 52%. Bosh looking for it. West looks to help out. Shot clock at 3. Chalmers a 2-pointer. And Mario Chalmers, a nice spark off the bench. He's got 5. And illegal defense. 1-shot technical for Boston. And we'll have a timeout. Joel Anthony and the Heat bench with 14 points, helping them overcome an 11-point deficit to cut it to 1.
A nice 2-man basketball with Chalmers. Eliminates West. A handoff by Bosh. Little soft screen. Chalmers knocks down the jump shot. That's good offense for the Miami Heat.
Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Meanwhile, back in mid-February, President Barack Obama awarding legendary Celtics center Bill Russell with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the United States' highest civilian award. During the speech, he galvanized the mayor, city, and Celtics to support and recognize not only the on-court achievements, but more importantly, the human rights issues that Russell embodied. And earlier this week, it was announced a statue of the great Bill Russell be erected in Boston. The mayor's working on a site with the Russell family. Celtics working on raising funds for the statue and the ongoing kids mentoring program in the name of the great Bill Russell. And the old-time Celtics, such a big part of what they do now. And Doc Rivers has done a great job really welcoming and encouraging the former Celtics to hang around, come to practice, come to games, come into the locker rooms. As Garnett knocks it down. In fact, Thursday, John Havlicek showed up at practice. Havlicek was on the '69 championship team that in the finals was down 0-2 in their series against the Lakers, and they came back and won the title that year. Bosh misses, but Anthony once again active down low.
No, but going back to that, good job. It's been a good couple of weeks for the president. An assist as far as Bill Russell is concerned. It's just disappointing that it took the president of the United States to put pressure for a statue to be here in Boston for Bill Russell. An all-time great, not just basketball player, but ambassador for the game.
A long time coming, Mark. And if there's ever a statue in the city of a player, it's one here in Boston as the Celtics turn it over.
You think the president can get a statue at Nazareth of Jeff Van Gundy?
Well, hold on. I'm getting an honorary degree tomorrow from Nazareth.
Really? Holding out?
Yeah, call me doctor for the rest of the game. I'm Dr. Van Gundy as of tomorrow.
Is that because you didn't get your regular degree?
Oh, that's cold. That is cold.
Congratulations, Doc.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. Julius Erving, take a back seat.
Wade on the drive, flips it back out to Chalmers. Chalmers lost it, picked up Garnett. Rondo one man to beat, but it's Anthony. Back pass, Allen. Won't go, rebound Chalmers. Doc Rivers irate, but Joel Anthony with another terrific play. Jones. Look at Anthony battling. The Green can't hold on. It's going to be Celtic ball. Doc Rivers saying to Bob Delaney, that's a foul. Delaney saying, nope, his hands were straight up.
And it was a foul. When you look at his right hand extended to the body of Ray Allen, Doc Rivers certainly pleading his case.
Nice give and go. Garnett to Allen.
But more stuff for Boston has been to the basket.
It's a different Celtic team to start. The Big Three have 28 of their 34 points. Shot clock again down to 4. They've had the rush a number of shots, and Allen fouls Wade. That's 3 fouls on Ray Allen on a long three-pointer.
And it looked like the correct call. Dwayne Wade was elevating to take the shot. He hits the elbow. You know, you can be upset about it, ticky-tack call, but no question about it. That's a foul on Ray Allen.
See, Ray Allen would want the same call made for him, and you cannot let jump shooters be hit on the arm when they're up in the air. It's a good call. It's an easy, not an easy call, but a simple call, and that impacts the shot.
And that one, again, certainly the foul. It's the other one that Ray Allen probably wishes they had back, that he fouled on that drive to the basket, which wasn't really much of it. It gives him his third personal, but he's going to stay in the game with the 3 fouls as Pierce comes in for Jeff Green.
And if I'm Doc Rivers, I leave him in the ball game, but I put him on Mario Chalmers, and I put Rondo on Dwayne Wade. I'm not going to keep him in the ball game and ask him to defend Dwayne Wade.
Now he's coming out. Now Delonte West will check in. So Allen, who's got 8 points, but 3 fouls, will sit for the remainder of the half.
And part of contesting shots, Mike, is not fouling or appearing to foul. So you have to make sure you contest as high and as hard as you can without appearing to foul. Not lunging at the shooter, not coming close to the elbow. Just got to stay away from those type of fouls.
LeBron James back in, went for the steal. Pierce got free, misses. Jermaine O'Neal the rebound, back up, blocked by Bosch. James leading the break. They have not had many fast break opportunities, which they're so lethal with. Rondo on James. James the drive, off balance. Chalmers for three. Mario Chalmers gives the Heat their first lead of the night.
What a play by LeBron James. The vision, the strength, and the ability to pass it on point, which makes the difference.
19 bench points for the Miami Heat. Chalmers and Anthony each with 8. Garnett, wild shot. James. Blocked by O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal already with 3 blocks in the game. Rondo, a jump shot. Rondo has 4 assists, but 0 for 3 from the field. He's guarding Wade down the other end. West is on Chalmers. They leave Anthony open, and he makes them pay. Joel Anthony 5 for 5 from the field. He's got 10 points. And an 8-0 run by the Miami Heat.
Turning this game around and taking all the momentum. The vision from Chalmers. Anthony, big-time minute scores in the paint, and then the vision from LeBron James. Forces 3 guys to defend him, playing pool. 3-ball corner pocket. Once again, the strength and the vision. And you know what they say, 3's are Chalmers.
Season pumped it up to 3.6 so far in the playoffs, but already 10 on 5 for 5 shooting here in game 3.
He comes to play every night.
And that's our Gatorade Cooler Talk.
Just pounding the board. 4-second shots already. If you don't put a body on him, he will find the open area. And here, off penetration, works the baseline, and then again, another second shot opportunity. 10 points, 6 rebounds, and the Miami bench is 9 for 11 from the floor. Give them credit.
Anthony, born and raised in Montreal, and went to high school in Montreal. 2 years of community college in the States, then 2 years at UNLV. Wasn't drafted in 2007, but he went to their summer league and was really just practice fodder for the summer league. Eric Spoelstra was the coach of the summer league team. They weren't even going to bring him and play him in the summer league games, and they decided to bring him. A guy got hurt, so they figured, all right, let's put him in the game. Well, he plays in a summer league game. He blocked 7 shots at about 4 goaltends, and the coaches said, hey, wait a minute, maybe we got something with this guy. And he has been outworking everybody ever since. James short. And Garnett the rebound. Rondo back to West. West passes up a shot. Gets it out to Garnett. And Anthony with another rebound. 10 points, 7 rebounds off the bench.
They got to take those layups. Quick drive and thinking pass. Drive to score.
Now 10 straight points by the Miami Heat. They're up by 6, and this building has gone quiet. Pierce had the hot start. Garnett, hand in his face, tough shot, puts it in. Kevin Garnett in double figures. That ends the 10-0 run.
You can see right now the Celtics are not scoring as easy as they did earlier in this ball game.
Ball deflected, last touch by West. James Jones returns now for Miami.
And here's the difference. Celtics are a jump shooting team right now as far as the Heat are concerned, putting the ball on the floor, looking to make plays. LeBron James, some contact there, doesn't complain. uses that upper body strength, and still finishes in the paint.
More substitutions. Jeff Green back in. Jermaine O'Neal will sit. Both teams going small right now.
Which to me plays into Miami's advantage. I think they have a better small unit than Boston does.
Pierce saw that coming. James tried to go backdoor. And Pierce with the steal. And then a foul. We come down the other end against Miami. James Jones, that basket won't count. A reminder, iHoops is the official youth basketball initiative of the NBA and NCAA, created to enhance the youth basketball experience. To take part in the ultimate online youth basketball community, connect at ihoops.com.
I think it works to the advantage of Miami, but I think it helps the Celtics also because this is a better scoring team on the floor.
Garnett drills another. Boy, Kevin Garnett so aggressive looking for a shot. 5 of 8 from the field. Celtics back within 2. James calling for it in the high post. Wade, a 3. Garnett, his 6th rebound. Rondo hasn't scored, but he's done a good job orchestrating the offense. 6 assists for Rondo. See how Chalmers playing off him. Pierce on the drive, flips it up, won't go. Pierce the rebound, back out west, puts up a 3, puts it in. Timeout Heat. Coming up with Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, John Barry, and Michael Wilbon. Magic will talk on the state of the Lakers as they're down 0-3 to the Mavericks. And the Grizzlies, what a comeback in Game 3 to take a 2-1 lead in that series. All on the T-Mobile halftime report. In this series, Kevin Garnett, a key man, and so far so good here tonight for the Celtics.
Doc Rivers talked about his big guy being aggressive on the offensive end. And he's not just being aggressive scoring the basketball, but sometimes on the floor, there's certain guys that you just feel their presence. And certainly he's allowing his presence to be felt. Great screens, attacking the boards, and aggressive offense.
Garnett's going to be 35 in a couple of weeks. We always talk about, playing 35 minutes is different for Kevin Garnett minutes. He just plays harder than most players in the NBA. So intense as Wade drives, and a hard foul by Pierce. And then a little extra, shall we say, chippiness.
I like the foul. Reason why you don't allow Dwayne Wade to get it going by attacking the basket, highlight reel dunk. Your Paul Pierce, good legal straight up play. It's a foul, no question about it, and then get out of the way. No extracurricular activities. Playoff basketball at its best.
Well, Wade, who now counting tonight after this hit, 27 free throw attempts plus these 2. He's amongst the NBA leaders during the regular season, and usually in the playoffs even adds. Eric Spoelstra's always talking about, you look at him compared to the top 4 for the Boston Celtics. He says Wade has a great feel for, as the series goes on, what teams start to give him, how they adjust to him. He just watches tape and does a great job adjusting what the defenses do during the course of a series.
Sort of like Dirk Nowitzki last night. Great players figure out how they're being played, and ultimately you can't surprise them.
Shot clock winding down. Pierce gets inside, defended by Anthony again. Celtic fans wanted a foul, but it looked like Anthony went straight up. Chalmers to Jones, quick catch and shoot. Can't hit the 3, and LeBron James the rebound. James is in the top 10 in rebounding in the playoffs. Wade, that sidestep, tough shot from Wade. 3-point Miami lead. Celtics only have 14 points here in this second period after getting 27 in the opening. West drive blocked by James. Garnett puts it up. That won't go. And even though James got the block, Joel Anthony greeted West, and West is shaken up on the play.
He's grabbing that left arm. Looks like his shoulder.
Wade, that won't go. Garnett the rebound. Rondo. West, how about that? West comes down and knocks down the three.
All better.
You can't act like that on the defensive end and then pull up for three.
And that ties the game here in the final minute of the second. The double team. Oh, the finish. Dwayne Wade on a pretty pass. 14 points for Wade. James with his third assist. And Doc Rivers will use his 22nd timeout. West still looks like something's bothering him. Looked like the left shoulder for Delonte West.
Well, everybody's talked about it. LeBron James has unique size, strength, and vision. Wraps it under Pierce to the cutting Wade. Just a phenomenal pass.
Playoffs continue on ABC tomorrow afternoon. Game 4 from Dallas Mavericks and the Lakers. Dallas has won the fourth quarter at all three games. That's why they lead 3-0. The two-time defending champs on the brink of elimination. Coverage begins with Buick Regal NBA Countdown at 3 Eastern. And tip-off shortly after 3:30 Eastern. What a performance from the Mavericks last night. They have stunned the Lakers. Meanwhile, the Celtics try and avoid going down 0-3. Shot clock at 7. Rondo wide open. They're daring him to shoot and throws it away. 4.1 seconds. Ray Allen's going to come out with the 3 fouls, and Von Wafer will check in for the final seconds.
And if they're going to play so far off of Rondo like that, I don't care what the play is. You got to make a play, whether it's shot, drive.
Instead, resulted in a turnover. Heat will have one more chance to end the half. Heat up 2. They have the ball with one final possession here to close out the first half. Celtics have looked good. All right, Dr. Van Gundy, what do you like about the Celtics here in the first half?
Well, I like their energy and effort, but I think Miami's done a great job in diffusing it.
Mark?
Well, what I like is when you talk about the Miami Heat, I like the way that they understood that a run was going to be made, and they certainly responded.
Wade, back to Jones. Does he get it off in time? Doesn't matter. And that will end the first half. Strong first quarter for Boston, and a strong second quarter from Miami. And they'll go into the locker room with the lead. Garnett, Allen, and Pierce doing an excellent job. Pierce and Garnett each with 12. And 8 for Ray Allen. Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade with a terrific first half. He's with Lisa.
Thank you, Mike. Dwayne, the building got really quiet when you guys erased that 11-point early lead that they had. What did you start doing differently to turn it around?
Well, first of all, we knew they was going to come out and they was going to give us the best shot early. So we went into our timeout. We said, okay, they gave it to us. Now let's play basketball. So we settled down and just play basketball.
Describe the impact that Joel Anthony had in that first half.
Well, man, he's been big for us the whole playoff series. You know, he's very active on the offensive glass. And now he's getting confident when he gets the ball. He's going right up and finishing. So, you know, he's been our MVP so far.
All right, thank you. Mike?
Yeah, Lysieu's had 10 points, 7 rebounds. Mario Chalmers, 8 points. Big bench performance from Miami. Mobile halftime report, the T-Mobile halftime report coming up with the guys. They'll talk about the Lakers and the Mavs and the Grizzlies win. All coming up. Halftime here in Game 3. Halftime of Game 3 from the TD Garden in Boston. Celtics down 0-2 in the series and trail by 2 at halftime. After the first couple of quarters, our Weight Watchers first half stats. After a slow start, Miami at 50% shooting at halftime. Celtics shot the ball well, The bench, a big part of what Miami did. Joel Anthony, Mario Chalmers with 18 of the 21 bench points for the Heat as they lead by 2. Hi again, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. Mike Breen on hand. We'll check in with Lisa in just a moment. Pretty impressive for Miami. They come out, the place is going crazy. They fall behind by 11, but they don't wilt. They come right back strong. Great second quarter for them.
And it started with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James.
And that is part of our Miller Lite man-up moment.
And you can hurt people with the score and with the pass. Here, they're manning up or they're minning up. They got 4 guys surrounding LeBron James as he drives. Incredible vision and strength to put it on target to Chalmers for the 3. And then double teamed in the post, wraps it under and around Paul Pierce to the cutting Dwayne Wade. And then finally, Dwayne Wade's driving. Looks like Rondo's about to take a charge, but he does the little Ginobili 2-step and hits an incredible one-legged fadeaway jumper. See the numbers, 7 free throws. Their efficiency has been solid all series long.
And again, they get a lot of help from the bench. Meanwhile, for the Celtics, Mark, they needed better games from Garnett and Pierce. They got them in the first half.
Well, they got them, and they got it early. You're talking about those guys looking to be aggressive on the offensive end. Paul Pierce came out on a mission. Took control of the offensive end, isolation. He's talking about moving without the basketball, stepping rhythm, then making plays. They put him in pick and roll situations. He got Kevin Garnett going, and then Garnett became aggressive also. Those guys got to sustain it, though. You just can't do it in spurts in order for the Celtics to leave here with a victory.
Well, we're set to start the third, both with a dozen. Pierce had that hot start. In fact, Pierce had all 12 of his points in the first quarter. Meanwhile, Ray Allen had a pretty good start, but he picked up 3 fouls and had to sit quite a bit in the second. Allen, the only player in the game with 3 fouls. Garnett, now the shot going early, gets it to go again. 6 of 10 from the field is Kevin Garnett. The crowd was crazy to start the game, knowing the stakes of this, knowing what would happen if the team fell behind 0-3. But then the Heat silenced the crowd for quite a bit in that second quarter. Bosch very quiet here tonight. Garnett right on him, side of the backboard. O'Neal, nice extra pass, and the finish.
And actually, Bosch limping down the floor. Looked like he got hurt on that last play.
Big game so far for Kevin Garnett. Celtics back up by 2. They led by as many as 11 in that first half. Wade finds Ilgauskas. Shuffle step. James, that's a shot they'll let him take. Bosch, though, the offensive rebound. James cutting to the basket and draws the foul. So free throws for LeBron James. First foul on Jermaine O'Neal. Free throw disparity not as big as it was first couple of games. 10 attempts for Miami in the first half. Only 6 for Boston. So neither team getting to the line all that much as we check in with Lisa Salters.
Hey, Mike, well, I was talking to Doc Rivers about what changed from that early 11-point lead that the Celtics had. And he said, you know what? Honestly, we had to sub. He said our bench had 1 rebound the entire first half. He said, honestly, we just got to sustain play, and it's clear that when we play with energy and effort, we get good things. But again, he said before the game, our bench has to do better. He says right now they have not done better, but I'm going to continue to go to them. Mike? All
right, Lisa. James, who continues to struggle from the line in this series. Pierce blocked by Ilgauskas. James just 11 of 21 from the line in the 3 games. Bibby off the mark. Dangerous pass. Pierce, good balancing act. Rondo. O'Neal not expecting that one. And James trying to draw contact and does as he goes crashing once again. Kevin Garnett will pick up his second.
Rondo's got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. You're talking about that's his 5th turnover already tonight. 7 assists, 5 turnovers is not getting it done when you're talking about playoff basketball. That's a careless play, and it allows the Miami Heat to get it going in transition and those valuable free throw attempts.
Yeah, he's had an odd game. They have him now up to 8 assist mark, but the 5 turnovers, he hasn't scored a point. He's played some good solid defense, but a very uneven game.
The other thing I want to talk about is, at some point, if you're the coach, Doc Rivers, those guys, you can't reward them with your trust. If they're going to continue to disappoint and not play with energy and effort, then you're going to have to either play longer minutes for your starters or you're going to have to find somebody else. Guys like Big Baby Davis, he's got to bring it. Right now, he has not shown up for the Celtics team.
Pierce has shown up here tonight, knocks that one down. He's got 15, and the Celtics go up by 4. Crowd alive once again. Ilgauskas. And the Heat taking the shots that the Celtics want them to. Rondo, his first points of the night. An 8-point turnaround here in this 3rd period. This is the kind of defense the Celtics played to start the game. Wade left open and knocks down the 3. Ray Allen fell down trying to get around the screen. Wade having one of those superb all-around games now. 17 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Allen to O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal.
What people don't understand, that's an unselfish play by Ray Allen. And I'm not even talking about the pass. I'm talking about prior to the pass. Does all the action coming off screens to set up Jermaine O'Neal. That's getting it done.
Bibby. Allen again with the 3 fouls. Shot clock down to 5. Ilgauskas to Bosch. Bosch on the drive, runs into O'Neal. Good aggressive physical defense. Rondo flips it up, blocked by James. Garnett right there. They swing at Pierce for 3. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires for all-star handling inspires what they roll into yours. Just over 4 minutes gone by. 3rd quarter of game 3 from Boston. Celtics up by 8. A lot of all-stars in this game, but role players are playing an integral part.
Joel Anthony for Miami, but Jermaine O'Neal. This guy is a shell of himself athletically from when he came in the league. But I give him so much credit because he competes hard on bad legs right now. He blocks shots, he takes charges, and he's playing all out. And I'll tell you what, when you get an honest effort from guys that are not feeling well, it is inspiring.
Pierce, inspiring. Hustle gets it off to Rondo, but a foul call on James before Pierce got rid of the pass. On Jermaine O'Neal, he only played in 24 games this season after having knee surgery, as Pierce getting the crowd fired up with his hustle. And O'Neal, this is a guy, he's a 6-time All-Star, All-NBA player 3 times in his career. He averaged over 20 points a game 4 times, but he is very happy to embrace a role on a team with championship aspirations. Garnett flips it up and in.
And that's the Garnett that Doc Rivers wants. Instead of holding the ball and looking to pass it, hold the ball, be patient, and then put your foot on the gas pedal and make a play offense.
A 16-4 start. Air ball by Wade. Bibby back to Wade. Rondo gets out. Makes him put it on the floor. Shot clock at 4. Poked away. And then Wade pulls down Rondo. It was almost like he was trying to box him out. Rondo's shaken up on the play. Wade was trying to hold off Rondo from going after the errant ball.
It really looked like both players got caught up. Rondo's elbow was by the head of Dwayne Wade, and they both got caught up and tangled, and Rondo's in some pain on the floor.
Eddie Lacerte, the head athletic trainer, and Brian McKeon, the team doctor, out on the floor. And Rondo obviously shaken up. Oh, his leg came out from underneath him as he knocked him down.
And he's grabbing that left arm in some serious pain, and that's exactly what the trainers are working on.
As his leg fell down, his right arm was around him and pulled him down. They called the foul, a personal foul on Wade.
But how did they call the personal? But the ball was already out of bounds when all that took place.
Yeah, Rondo had poked it away. And he came down hard. Oh, wow. You see how the left arm hyperextending, boy. You didn't see it on that first replay, but certainly saw it there. Wow. Let's see the play once again. You see him trying to brace his fall with the left arm. Oh, man. And Rondo in a lot of pain, helped off the floor. Wow.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Bridesmaids, from the producer of Knocked Up and Superbad, Bridesmaids, Friday. And Weight Watchers online for men. Finally, losing weight clicks.
Back in Boston, where Rajon Rondo is back in the Celtic locker room after what looked like a scary injury to his left arm. The doctor's working on him right now as we look at our Buick Regal game track. Great start for the Celtics. Heat turned it around in the second quarter. But here in the third, the Celtics have come out like a ball of fire, but their on-the-floor leader, Rajon Rondo, back in the locker room. Delonte West comes in. Ray Allen, quick release. And Joel Anthony able to get it. That's their first missed three-pointer. They were 6 for 6 from downtown. You know, Ark, you talk about these three future Hall of Famers with Garnett, Pierce, and Ray Allen. Many feel that Rondo is the most indispensable player.
And the reason why is because of he creates so many opportunities offensively by pushing the basketball. But I think you lose something in losing Rondo, but you also gain something also because Delonte West is a legitimate scorer on the offensive end.
Ray Allen furious. He thought he got hit. Garnett with the steal. Boy, Garnett's been all over the floor here tonight. Garnett calling for it. Puts it up, a little short. And a foul call against Wade. Wade and Allen having words. Allen saying, wait, how about that last play? He thought he got fouled by Wade on the shot. He's still sore at that one. Garnett quickly separates the two.
That's just playoff basketball. That's nothing to get upset about.
Absolutely.
That's park basketball. That's not even playoff basketball. There was nothing there.
That's preseason basketball.
No, I mean,
an anti-D-Wade chant has broken out here at the TD Garden. Right now, Celtics by 10. We're midway through the third. Pierce throws it away. Wade, and a foul on Delonte West. 3 on West. And the Celtics with their third team foul.
I got a question. Has anybody seen Chris Bosh?
2 points, 2 rebounds in 23 minutes.
I mean, he is invisible right now on both ends of the floor. Kevin Garnett is clearly the best big man on the floor.
And for the Celtics to have a chance, that's exactly what they need.
Jermaine O'Neal, a block, but also a foul. And Bosch will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. 2 on O'Neal. Well, Bosch has done a solid job here in the playoffs, but completely being outplayed here tonight. The Heat 15 free throw attempts, the Celtics just 6. Again, as we said at the very top, the free throw disparity, perhaps the #1 stat in the first couple of games of this series, the 2 Heat victories in Miami. So Delonte West, who played a lot of big playoff games when he was with LeBron James in Cleveland and played well in many of those games. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by Chalmers.
And a play that they ran very successful in the Knicks series where they posted up and isolated Delonte West. Tried to do it against Mario Chalmers, but Chalmers with that size and also not allowing West to catch.
10 to shoot. Pierce has doubled. Garnett again. Evan Garnett. Very efficient from the field. 9 of 14. He's got 20 points and 11 rebounds. 8 of the 20 here in the third. James to Joel Anthony. Anthony again. Joel Anthony 6 for 6 from the field. Guy who averaged 2 points during the regular season, giving him a nice offensive spark.
A good move by Anthony, but that's good defense by the Celtics. You live with those type of results.
Delonte West, an air ball. Wade hearing boos after the collision that sent Rondo back to the Celtic locker room. Pierce right up on James. James in and out. That one halfway down. Garnett couldn't control it. Bosch misses the layup. Garnett with his 12th rebound. Pierce the drive. Puts it in. And a foul. 20 for Pierce. Celtics back up by 10. He looks like he's having a grand old time.
Running the floor, catches it. Contact, gets the basket. Putting them in position because they get stops, and all of a sudden, high percentage quality looks on the offensive end. And Paul Pierce, little hobbled.
Hey. Dana Delaney stars in the must-watch new series of the season, ABC's Body of Proof. All new Tuesday at 10, 9 Central on ABC. Here in Boston on a Saturday night, Paul Pierce has been superb, but in a little bit of difficulty right now. Eddie Lacerte holding on to that left leg. Now, he strained his left Achilles in the second quarter of game 2, but doesn't look like that's the problem here.
I think he has a cramp, but Mike, you saw him go into the photographers. And I think as a league, we are playing with absolute fire, having those photographers so close to the court. It is a dangerous area, and we have to give the players a bigger landing spot, or we're going to have a serious injury.
You love to give the fans access with the cameras and the pictures, but at the same time, the game has evolved so much with the athletes now and the speed and the size of the players that you would just hate to have somebody suffer a major injury. And it's so easy. You see guys sidestepping all the time. Pierce fortunate he's okay. Comes back to try and complete the three-point play, and he does. And this equals the largest lead of the game, which the Celtics actually had early on. Had it in the first quarter, then they lost the lead. Wade on the pull-up. Bank shot won't go. Another rebound for Kevin Garnett. What a game he has had.
On both ends of the floor and rebounding the basketball also. And I love that defense last possession by Ray Allen.
And both teams have gone small again.
James puts his head down. Offensive foul. Paul Pierce getting it done at both ends. Second foul on LeBron James.
Good anticipation by Pierce that James was going to drive it right. Moved his feet. Close call. The truth gets it.
Close call. Looks like the right call. Again, you don't have to have your feet set.
Looked like the right call. Paul Pierce out there battling on the floor.
Well, the Heat weathered the first quarter onslaught. Came back and took the lead. Here's the third quarter onslaught. It's a long one. And the lead, the largest of the night, 13-point advantage as Garnett does it again.
And Doc Rivers was about to call a play for Paul Pierce. Changed his mind and went with the punch play. A post-up play for KG. Riding the big ticket.
22 points, 13 rebounds for Kevin Garnett. And Chalmers, nice move inside. Chalmers has had an excellent game off the bench.
And I love what Doc's doing. Same exact play. Get the ball to KG and ride his aggressiveness.
Garnett against Anthony. Garnett dumps it in. 12 points in the third quarter for Garnett.
I have another fundamental Sports Center addition. The passing angle by Ray Allen brought it down to the corner, which allowed Kevin Garnett to catch it deeper and get depth on one dribble into his jump hook.
Celtics have 20 assists in this game. Dwayne Wade, the runner. Short, the tip. Oh, what a play from Wade. 19 for Wade. 11-point game with 2 minutes to play here in the third. Celtic fans certainly fired up by the play, but you know, in the back of their minds, wondering about Rondo. Waiting for an update as West misses the dunk, but fouled.
Well, that's just Ray Allen getting a better passing angle, which allowed Kevin Garnett to catch it in the paint. See how far out he is on the previous possession. Good move, goes into a spin, no help, and the jump hook. So the passing angle by Ray Allen created a better, deeper catch for Garnett on the second opportunity.
And Coach, you know, when he catches it that low, help has got to come from somewhere. That's too easy offensively.
Immediately.
That foul on Wade, his third. Well, he's been on the attack all night.
At some point, when he gets into that paint area, somebody's got to come and help Joel Anthony and force the basketball out and live with proper rotation.
That's the golden rule of defense. Help like you want to be helped.
That missed free throw, first one by the Celtics. They haven't been to the line very often, but they're 8 of 9. James Jones, they switch. Green now on James. James on the drive, good defense, nice help, knocks it off his legs, Celtic ball. Excellent help defense. An initial D from Jeff Green.
Great job by Paul Pierce coming over too.
And Rajon Rondo has come out of the locker room going back to the Celtic bench. Pierce for 3. Ball tipped and taken by Anthony. Rondo just gave one of the assistant coaches an "I'm okay" signal. Shaq gets up off the bench. Miller lines it up. That won't go. Let's check in with Lisa.
Hey, Mike, I've just been told you see Rondo on the bench that he suffered a dislocated left elbow. They popped it back in. He wants to go back in the game and is going to try to go.
All right, Lisa. Pierce into Garnett. Banks it in. 14-point lead, largest of the night. And a clap from the point guard. Chalmers. Oh, big shot from Chalmers. A three-pointer. This place going crazy. Celtics on a roll. That's a big, big bucket. He's got 13 points off the bench. Pierce at the buzzer. Back of the rim. And the clock stopped. Now there's 4/10, but the quarter should be over. That should have been a buzzer shot from Pierce, and it stopped. And it ends the third quarter. And what a quarter for the Boston Celtics. Even after Rajon Rondo shaken up with the dislocated elbow, the onslaught continued. They outscored them 28-15. And the Celtics down 0-2, trying to get that first win of the series. This presentation continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Welcome back to Boston. Doc, you're up by Rajon Rondo. We're being told he has a dislocated left elbow. What do you know about how serious it is?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I heard as well, and that's all I know right now.
If he is not able to play the way he normally does, how will that impact what you need to do?
Well, it'll impact us, but we just got to find a way. We pay everybody on the ticket, you know, so somebody else will just have to step up.
All right, thank you for your time. Mike?
All right, Lisa, and you see Rondo on the floor, and even though these two teams are battling and pushing and fighting each other, a number of the Miami Heat players, as they came on the floor, kind of whispering to Rondo as they walk past him, just saying, "Are you okay?" Nice show of sportsmanship in a hard-fought battle here.
And I think this is a very dangerous lineup that Boston has on the floor right now. Small, without really any scoring punch other than Delonte West and Ray Allen.
Rondo tonight, 10 assists, just 2 points, but back in the game after dislocating that elbow. Nice feed inside to Green. Oh, Shaq with a pretty pass, and Jeff Green gives the Celtics a 13-point lead.
Big time find from Shaquille O'Neal, and no secret, he's one of the best passing big men that this game has seen.
Shaquille O'Neal has played just over 6 minutes here, coming back from that calf injury. Green all over Bosch. Bosch just 1 of 6 tonight. On the drive, flips it up, won't go, but a foul.
Mark said it, and it's so true. Shaquille O'Neal is not a good passer. He's a great passer and a willing passer. Making the extra pass, give Jeff Green credit for finding the open space and finishing. But your passing never leaves you.
You know, you hope that Shaquille O'Neal can stay healthy and get some minutes and play and help the Celtics here in these playoffs. I mean, he's had such an unbelievable career. 39 years old, now in his 19th year. He's been on 15 All-Star teams, been an All-NBA player. He's been an NBA champion. He's amongst leaders in so many different categories. One of the great, great players in the history of the NBA. And you just hope he can stay healthy.
It'd be a great way to end it as far as dwindling down towards the end of his career. You love to see the big fella at least leave out on his terms with a healthy whole body.
Bosch, the free throws are good. 74-63, just over a minute gone by here in the fourth. These Celtics, since the big three arrived, have never been down 0-2 in a playoff series until this one. As Green gets inside and draws the foul. Unfamiliar territory for these Celtics, but they're battling tonight as we listen to a Doc Rivers huddle.
We're going to win this game if we defend. It's all about our defense right now. That's all this is about. Jeff, every rebound, every closeout. This is what this is about right now.
Why is he yelling at me? I'm not closing out.
Their defense, especially to start the game and in the third quarter, just marvelous.
No, hey, listen. They have responded with terrific second half defense. They set a good tone to start the game. Second quarter got away from them a little bit. But from the break on, they've been in lockdown mode.
And Jeff Green has had some good minutes. Green's out there competing. It hasn't, we talked about it, not been an easy transition for him going from a big player to a role player in that trade from Oklahoma City to Boston. But he's out there competing here tonight. Big Baby's back in. Joel Anthony up top, Chalmers. James, couple of fakes. Anthony, short, rebound, Green, and a jump ball. Green and Bosch will jump it up at the Heat free throw line circle. Miami in the second half, 5 of 19 from the field.
Give Jeff Green credit. Love his energy off the bench. Not just chasing down the rebound, but following LeBron James off of high screen and rolls. He's doing an outstanding job battling on the defensive end.
Ray Allen tips it back, and it's going to go out of bounds. It should be Miami ball, and it is. Now, you're watching Rondo. Obviously, he's back on the floor, but you can see that left arm still a little tender. I guess it would be when you have a dislocated elbow put back in place.
It says a lot about the heart and determination of this Celtic basketball team. You look at Shaquille O'Neal hobbling. You look at Rajon Rondo, looked like he should be out the entire rest of the playoff series. And then you look at Paul Pierce, battling, grinding, they're finding a way. This is championship caliber heart.
Meanwhile, LeBron James just 3 of 11 from the field and a whistle away from the ball. Going to go against Miami, James Jones. That's his second.
You look at Rondo. This is a guy running with one arm, basically. I wish I was this fast, and I got 2 good arms. I'm jealous.
But 2 bad legs. He's
almost
catching
like it's,
that with one hand as well.
It's just it's a little limp there, hanging on to the side.
Hey, and if you're playing against him, you got to make him dribble with his left hand.
Ray Allen, that's a 3. Ray Allen from downtown, largest lead of the night. Timeout, Miami.
Celtics are quicker to the ball right now. Good offensive rebound. Ray Allen gets himself behind the 3-point line, knocks it in. 16-point lead.
Boston Celtics trying to get that first win of this series. In desperation mode, they've played like it, especially here in the second half. Their largest lead of the night. And Rajon Rondo, an inspiring performance. Chalmers falls down. Rondo falls down as well. Rondo dislocated his elbow, went down, had it popped in back in the locker room, back on the floor, and basically playing with one arm. Drives inside pass to Green, deflected.
Doc Rivers, I'm excited about the minutes that Jeff Green has given me tonight. I mean, an outstanding job of defending. You talked about bringing him here, defending 2s and 3s. He's done an outstanding job of doing exactly that.
Rondo not handling the ball at all with the left. Shaq inside, draws the foul as Bosch whacked him. And Shaquille O'Neal, who has given the Celtics some minutes, a little over 8, will shoot 2 free throws.
I can't say enough about Rondo. When you take a look at the replay of the injury, there's no way in the world you would say this guy would be back in this ball game.
That was nasty. And you know what? There's pain tolerance. I mean, he's in pain. Some guys play through it, and some guys don't. And until you coach them, I can't even look at the replay again. Until you coach them, you don't know which these guys are. And I'm very impressed by what he's given them.
I'm happy that I realized you couldn't look at it because I've been trying to figure out where you were from, and now I know you from the suburb.
Shaq misses Big Baby with a rebound. By the way, give some credit to both Eddie Lacerte and Brian McKean, the medical staff, who got Rondo, popped it back in, got him back on the floor. Shaq. And Bosch the rebound. Wade. Deflected by Green. Rondo with the steal. That time he used his left hand and throws it down. Rajon Rondo inspiring the crowd here in Boston. And he grabbed Wade's jersey to stop him.
Oh, a great job, active hands by Green, and then Rondo deflecting it with the left, finishing in transition. Just great energy and effort You love the way that the Celtics defense has responded all game long. And you talk about the truth, enjoying his teammates. Paul Pierce celebrating.
And really tomorrow, Boston should have their team practice at the local hospital. They've got Shaquille O'Neal banged up, Jermaine O'Neal banged up, Delonte West ice in his shoulder, Rondo, Pierce.
As James, good power move, makes it 81-65. Still plenty of time, but the Celtics now in control. Green on the drive. Bad pass stolen by Chalmers. Wade pulls up. Pierce the rebound. Green ahead of the pack. Green lays it in. Jeff Green giving the Boston Celtics some good minutes. And a lead back up to 18. Crowd on its feet here at the TD Garden.
Well, Wade shoots a long jumper and then no transition defense at all. No one back. Jeff Green runs out. Paul Pierce puts it on the money.
It's an 18-point lead as Rondo has fired up the crowd after dislocating his shoulder, having it pop back in, not his shoulder, his elbow, and playing with basically one arm, Mark.
You see him basically dribbling the basketball, sticking with the right arm, not playing with the left arm and not being forced to defensively, continuing to make plays, hustle and energy plays, sacrificing his body. The one time he uses his left hand was the deflected and then comes up with the finish in transition. Rajon Rondo finding a way, just what the doctor ordered. A little R and R.
Now that's manning up. You see that, those commercials? That's manning up right there.
Again, basically the left arm just kind of hanging there, except when he made that one great deflection on a steal. Wade. James Jones knocks down a three. Second field goal for Jones. 15-point game, still over 7 minutes remaining.
And I like this Chalmers pressuring the ball now versus just allowing Rondo to inch it up the floor.
Green inside, big baby shot blocked. I think it was Anthony who got a piece of it. James back out to James Jones. Wade lost his sneaker and now just joining his team at the other end of the floor. And a blocking foul call on Rondo. Garnett's going to come back in. Our playoff coverage will continue tomorrow on ABC. Game 4 from Dallas, Lakers and the Mavericks, 3:30 Eastern time tip-off, and then on TNT tomorrow night, the Bulls and Hawks from Atlanta, game 4 there. Chicago leading 2-1, and of course Dallas with a stunning 3-0 lead on the Lakers.
Stunning, that's an understatement.
Hard to believe, we're talking about the Lakers trying to avoid a sweep. James Jones misfires. Garnett tipping it to himself for his 14th rebound of the night. Rondo the drive, Rondo the layup. This crowd has Rondo fever. They are delirious watching him perform. James misses. Garnett clears the boards once again. Well, right now it's all Celtics as a foul called on Chalmers.
Well, this is when Rondo plays his best. When it's a speed game, he gets the ball, numbers advantage, takes it to the rim, and does a good job finishing.
You know, we talked earlier about John Havlicek speaking with the Celtics, giving them a little motivation on Thursday. Havlicek was on the only Celtic team that overcame an 0-2 deficit. Well, maybe he inspired Rondo more than he thought. Celtic fans remember Havlicek back in the 1973 playoffs, separating his right shoulder. He basically played with one arm. an inspirational performance. Now it's Rondo's turn here in 2011.
These are memories that last a lifetime when you're talking about fans. This is how you become legendary. You can question Rondo's shooting ability for the rest of his career, but you cannot question his heart and desire.
Wade to James, cutting across. Nice pass, nice finish. 15-point game with 5.5 to play. Game 4 will be Monday night back here in Boston. Celtics trying to make sure it's a 2-1 series. Extra pass, Green is open. An air ball, and Chalmers the rebound. Celtics go 7 of 13 from 3-point range. Nice pass inside. Chalmers. What a game for Chalmers off the bench with 15. He's 6 for 6 from the field as Wade set him up beautifully. We'll take a time. 13-point Celtic lead with 5 to play.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. And the U.S. Postal Service.
Stewart, 85-72, Celtics by 13 with 5:02 to play in the fourth. Quest for the ring brought to you by the new release Green Lantern. So many great individual performances. Zach Randolph with another one. Memphis now with a 2-1 lead in that series. What a fabulous playoffs these 2011 postseason games have been. And tremendous individual performances here tonight as well. Kevin Garnett, 26 points, 15 rebounds, and then Rondo's one-handed performance. Delonte West tries to get it into Garnett. Garnett's shot is good. 28 for Garnett. Boy, Doc Rivers said before the game, we need to dominate the 4 spot. Garnett has done that and more tonight.
And the amazing thing is he's more than capable of doing it. It's just a mindset to be in attack mode offensively as opposed to a guy looking to make the passing play. He's catching the basketball and looking to score. Great screen, so he creates an opening by forcing the mismatch. And then Delonte West, high percentage play, on-point pass, and KG with another basket.
Just picked up his 3rd foul, a loose ball foul. Wade. Tough shot, in and out. And another one halfway down. Gets the rebound, but it was out of bounds. And Celtic ball with 4:01 remaining. Well, Doc Rivers said after the first 2 games that the Heat are playing with great confidence, and we gave it to them. Well, tonight the Celtics have regained a lot of their confidence. Pierce looking. Garnett wants the ball. Tough fall away. And James the rebound.
You know, Kevin Garnett playing spectacular, but if you're Eric Spoelstra, you got to begin to think about what you can get from Chris Bosh. Disappointing night of basketball across the board for him. He's got to play better for this Heat team.
And not just him, their starting unit in both halves really struggled as Chalmers steals the ball and advances it to Wade.
Wade bumped by Allen. Wade thought we should have been a foul call, still gets it to go.
In both halves, Miami's starting unit got him off to really poor starts, and it wasn't until Joel Anthony and Chalmers were inserted till they started to play a little bit better.
Anthony's had some game, 12 points, 11 rebounds, as Jones trips up on him. Ray Allen. Well, the 4th spot tonight, it went to Boston and Garnett in a big way. 28 and 15, his best game of the playoffs thus far for Kevin Garnett.
It shows you the versatility of LeBron James also, because Eric Spoelstra is thinking, I can put LeBron at the 4. If Chris Bosh is not going to show up and play and be ready for the challenge, LeBron James slides to the 4 position, and you don't lose much because he's outstanding rebounder and outstanding defender across the board.
Let's listen to a Doc Rivers recent huddle.
Guys, the last 2 minutes, a completely different team us. We're walking, we're moving, we're not playing D anymore. You're getting layups. Guys, this game ain't over.
Well, right now they're in control by 15. The Heat in the second half have shot 31% from the field. That's after they shot 50% in the first half.
I'm going to really be interested if they can, the Celtics, as James takes it to the rim with a possible three-point play, can regenerate this type of effort again on Monday. You know, can Kevin Garnett come out and be as energetic offensively, getting depth and have a scorer's mentality? Can Pierce do it at both ends? It's not easy for older players.
Pretty quick turnaround. A late game Saturday night into Monday. They had 3 days off between games 2 and 3.
I think it's so important for Doc Rivers in the next 2 days to continue to remind Kevin Garnett how he took over this basketball game. And if they're going to continue to win, he's got to play with his confidence and aggressiveness.
Just got his 16th rebound to go for those 28 points. And the crowd getting on its feet to show their appreciation for the Celtic effort. Rondo to Pierce. Bang! Chalmers the runner. And Chalmers continues to impress. 17 points off the bench for Chalmers. 13-point game, under 2 to play. Pierce started it off. He had 12 points in the first. Ray Allen. That won't go. Garnett tips it back out. And then Jones knocks down Allen. Reminder, ESPN's coverage of Major League Baseball continues Sunday and Monday night. First on Sunday Night Baseball at 8, Braves and Phillies. Then Monday Night Baseball at 7 Eastern, Twins and the Red Sox. Well, again, as we said, the big three, since they came in the 07-08 season, had never trailed 0-2 in a playoff series until this one. And they have responded as they've done so many times in their 4 years together. Big performance from all of them, especially Garnett and Pierce. And then you have the story of Rajon Rondo dislocating that left elbow. It looked like a gruesome injury. They popped it back in the locker room. He comes back and makes huge plays with basically one hand as Wade floats one in.
And the Celtics defended really hard, really aggressively, but without fouling. And that's been a big key. They kept James and Wade off the free throw line more than they had in the previous 2 games.
Garnett. Allen throws it out. Nice catch by West. 1 on the shot clock. Pierce puts it in. There's the exclamation point. Not that time from Wade. Pierce with a rebound. And they are celebrating here at the TD Garden. Celtics right back in this series. And we'll talk about all the offensive numbers, but the defense in the second half as Garnett misses. Miami with just 35 points in the second half. And again, shooting around 30% in the third and fourth quarters. Well, the Celtics get the much-needed victory as Chalmers misses. And the Heat's lead in this series is cut to 2-1 with an impressive performance from the Boston Celtics as they remain undefeated at home in the 2011 playoffs. LeBron James, a subpar game for him. Dwayne Wade with 23 to lead them in scoring. He got a big boost from their bench, but not able to overcome a terrific all-around performance from the Boston Celtics. 28 points, 18 rebounds for Garnett, and Rajon Rondo with the inspiring performance. He's with Lisa.
Thank you, Mike. Rajon, tell me, how were you able to come back into this game and play with basically one arm?
Thank God I just popped back in when I was on the floor. And I came out, and it's a little stiff, but I just try to get my team some energy defensively.
Just hearing you say that, it just popped back in sounds painful. What does it feel like right now? It's really, you're not using it at all.
No, it's throbbing. It's definitely tight. It's an experience I never felt before, but with the trainings we have, I'm sure I'll be ready to go in a couple of days.
I was going to say, what do you think your status is going to be? If you're going to be limited at all?
I'll be limited, but not defensively. I'll be able to pressure the ball, hopefully get some deflection to rebound the ball, then give it to our big three and the rest of the guys on the floor to score the ball.
And right now, what is it feeling like right now?
It's still broken.
Broken?
I mean, it's a painful feeling, but I'll be fine. That's no big deal. It's not an excuse. I'll be ready to play in 2 days.
It's a dislocated elbow.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts, but, it's my adrenaline is going right now, so I was able to come back and try to give my team a lift.
All right, thank you for your time. Congratulations. Mike.
It's no big deal. It's a little stiff. Rajon Rondo adds to the Celtics' lore with 11 assists, a big part of their victory here against the Miami Heat. 97-81 with an impressive second half. As the Heat led by 2 at halftime, turned it around in the third quarter, and then ran away in the fourth. So as the 2011 NBA playoffs continue, Chicago leading 2-1. Miami's lead cut to 2-1. Memphis with the impressive come-from-behind victory. They go up 2-1 against Oklahoma City. And Dallas, believe it or not, will go for a sweep tomorrow at home against the Lakers. Boston with a 53-35 edge in the second half here at the TD Garden. And Game 4 coming up on Monday night. So the final score, Celtics 97 and the Heat 81. So for Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, Lisa Salters, producer Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, and our entire outstanding ABC crew, this is Mike Green saying so long from Boston. Thanks for watching ABC, home of the NBA Finals. After these messages, we'll get to Stuart Scott back in the studio.